let's transition, because this next question is going to take a second. Maybe not. I don't know. It's time for a draft. And we've done this before with different in different ways, but let's just do it straight up. We're each going to take 3 teams. You can take any 3 teams in our area. In fact, well, I was about to name a couple that I was going to encourage you to take, but there was no reason to be disparaging towards anyone in that way. But we'll each pick 3 teams, and whoever's squad posts the best playoff record wins. Okay.
I like it.
And I don't think I paid you off for the last one, so maybe we're going double or nothing on this one.
Okay.
But you can have the first pick. Who you taking?
All right. So
we're snaking it, by the way, so you better pick good, because I get 2 in a row.
Yeah. Well, I'm still picking good. We've said all year that I feel like there's 2 teams out there in Central Texas that feel like state championship locks, and I'm gonna take one of those 2, and I feel like you're gonna take one of the other 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start with Live Oak.
Yep.
I feel like they're money this year. It doesn't look like they're gonna be beaten.
Yeah. That was the conventional wisdom first pick for sure. Yeah. So then I'll take Mart. And now it gets tricky, right?
It does.
You know what? You might have mispicked though just now, because how many playoff games does Live Oak have to win the state championship?
True, fewer number. The good thing is I don't feel like I'm going to get a loss. So
right. Oh, so we're going on winning percentage then.
Well, I mean, we can do it however we want, but it's your game, so.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm taking Mart, and then this next pick becomes a little bit more difficult. So you have to ask yourself, who has the chance to go the farthest?
Right.
Right. Gosh, it's a tough one. I think, you know what? I think Abbott would beat a game, would beat Jonesboro in a game. So I'm going to take Abbott, because I think they can get further.
So I wrote down 7 schools for this little game.
Yeah.
And I had Live Oak, Mart, Abbott. So,
well,
so I think conventional wisdom is holding true here.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
I thought you would bag me for taking another 6-man school so early, but
well, I'm trying to win, So are we going chalk? Who you got at number 4?
So at number 4, I'm going with the China-Spring-Cougars. I feel like they're playing very, very well. Coming off a great playoff run that they should have certainly learned from and hopefully can, replicate. So I feel like Brian Bell's team is destined for a pretty deep playoff run this year. Will they win state? I mean, they got a shot.
I think they're going to play. I think they're going to play in the state championship game in round 4. That's what I think. In
Carthage.
Yeah. Well, not in Carthage, but they'll play Carthage.
In that matchup, China-Spring-Carthage. Yeah. So now I get 2 in a row, correct?
Yep. So wait. Yeah. So
this
is your last. This is the last one.
Last
so
pick.
Count.
All right. So I got 3 teams I could choose from here. I could talk them out, but I don't want to. Well, I could talk them out.
It doesn't matter. You
know who's good.
One, and then I get.
Know who's good out there. So I'm choosing between these 3. I'm choosing between West, Jonesboro, who you mentioned earlier, and Lorena. And I think I'll go with the Leopards. Again, a team that is looking pretty strong. Obviously took a couple losses earlier in the year against some pretty good 4A teams. One of the teams they lost to was a 3A team, Franklin, and then they lost to China Spring. but I think Ray Biles's team is peaking in the right direction and really just solid in all phases of the game. I mean, you've gotten to see them play. I mean, don't you think they can make a good run?
Yeah, you know, as much as we've written about their offensive guys, their defense is really good. I mean, Joe Cutshall just took a running back and just tossed him to the ground the other day. You know, it was like, that's not a penalty, but it feels like it should be.
Yeah, that's like man against boy stuff.
Yeah. So my third pick, this is my third team, right? I didn't think of this one like right off the bat. And for some reason, they weren't on your list, but I'm not finding fault with it. But I think I'm getting a really good third pick in the Crawford-Pirates.
Yes, and actually, that was a team I did consider. I just when I got to 7, I was like, I'm not going to have to pick beyond that.
Right.
And honestly,
right.
in hindsight, I think Crawford can probably go deeper than West. But I haven't broken down those brackets and looked ahead. But Crawford coming off a state semifinal, year. Obviously, they did lose some pretty good seniors off that team, but again, playing very, very well, and haven't lost.
Yeah, and that's one I have not got to see play yet this year. But I have a feeling I will before it's all said and done. They've got, I don't know how many of the last 10 Thanksgivings I've seen Crawford play a football game, but
yeah, you could probably chalk that up right now if you want to. I mean, that would be
right.
They'll be playing. They'll be playing Thanksgiving week.
They'll be playing somewhere.